Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm making a second video tonight, sorta, I guess. Might save me from having to make one tomorrow if I don't run into anything to do. It's 9 minutes before the 30% discount for the maze, but I want to go over the new monsters that are now in the Monster Gram. We have Teddy, which I think is going to be the new heist in. I think he might also be coming in a maze. And then we have the race monster, which is amazing, and I'll do a video on it by itself. And then Solar Flare and Diagonal, or however you spell that or pronounce that, are both pay to play. But the one that I'm going over today in this video, the whole reason for the video, is Aatrox, or Aatrox. So, his traits were what everybody was waiting on, and I just have to say that finally, Social Point has given us a reason to watch Monster Woods to get extra cells. Finally given us a reason to try to get this monster ranked up, because at rank 0 he has immune to torture, which is an amazing trait when you got lots of tortures coming, but you do have trait removal coming as well. Which, I mean, we have trait disabled now, but it's limited to 3 mythic monsters, and a lot of people aren't even running it, meaning you can find a lot of people in the top 100 that have become so negligent to having a full arsenal of tools in their toolbox that they're just whatever wins they go with, and that's it. So whenever the change up happens, they're left, with their hands empty, and they have to, go and copy the next thing. Well, someone who constantly, as myself, I constantly try to have an answer for as many problems as I can at all times. That's the whole goal of growing my account, and I try to create as many problems as I can at all times. I'm well aware that trait disable is a thing, but this guy also has rank 1. He gets hardened on top of immune to torture, meaning he is going to be hard to get rid of. You can't torture him out, and a lot of your effects are going to miss on him, and so are a lot of your denies. And then at rank 3, he gets the most amazing thing. I mean, the only thing I could have asked for that would have been in comparison to this would be that it be a trait and not status caster, or that he had anticipation. Like, that was pretty much it. Like, this is money right here. This is, to me, I'd rather have him than any of the other 4 monsters that are coming out, so that excites me as a free to play. Now, the spenders might not, be that excited by him. They got Vanos, they got all kinds of stuff, They got immune to stun monsters that are 150. So let's jump over to Discord, where I can find his moves. Alright, so here is how we know he is the free monster. He's been leaked, that he will be the free one for the pass. The other one will be the golden pass, and the other one will be the extra purchase, which, don't get me wrong, I do like Solar Flare. I'm not a fan of the Diagonal, though, but Solar Flare is cool. I think it's going to be as much of an impact as Brute was, but for me, this ATROX is top shelf, free to play. Like, we don't get anything that good. Like, we've had Moonhaze was the most recent one before, and then Tanya before that. And I used both Tanya and Moonhaze, just not Moonhaze as much, because they took away flash ranks when I was ready to rank it. Alright, so here we go. Removes all tortures from one ally. Not interested. Deals low magic damage to one enemy, applies stun to one enemy. Amazing. He's going to have Pierce at rank 3, meaning I think for me, as a top shelf free to play player, I look at it as rank 3 or bust. If you're a new player, he's good even without the Pierce, meaning you could get this new race monster at rank 0, and you could get this monster at rank 0, and you could put them together, and you could start trait disabling and purring and stunning people. Like, that's definitely good. Applies stun to one enemy, removes all tortures from one enemy. Again, that one, it's a little meh. Like, I don't know why I would want to run it over the deals magic damage, so I'm going to say that's not that interested in me, unless I'm missing something. The next one deals moderate magic damage to one enemy, applies a random torture to one enemy, requires cooldown. That's not really that important to me either, but I mean, if you're about to get CD8 and you know it, that could come in pretty handy. Applies a random torture to all allies. applies a random torture to all enemies. Okay, at first glance that looks not good to me, but if your whole team's immune to tortures, that could get pretty good, I guess. But at the same time, it's only applying one random torture to all enemies. So if you've played with even like Gelatron in live duels, you can know that that's not very overwhelming when there's so many nerves, and the fact that somebody can kill you before the tortures actually stack up and end your life. And then that brings us to Oak Cane. Apply stun twice to one enemy. That is better than the first one I read if going against someone who has like Harden or Bulwark or any of the traits that are going or effects that are going to stop you from being able to deny. But the first one is also still, I think, worthy to run because it does damage. So I would be running both of those so far. Deals magic damage to one enemy, removes all tortures from all allies, and that one sounds pretty good because it's all allies, not just the one you pick and not just self. And then the last one before the special is deals low magic damage to all enemies, applies stun twice to all enemies, requires cooldown. I think that is amazing. That's probably his best one, considering that only the legends have area dodge, other than being able to cast it like on Laundrad. And then his special, which I'm not really into specials, removes positive status effects from all enemies, applies 2 random tortures to all enemies, applies mega stun to all enemies. Yeah, so hopefully that's a game winner if you do land it. But yeah, so the 4 moves that I would run on this guy. So to stop all the notifications, the 4 moves that I would pick for this guy are deals magic damage to one enemy, stun to one enemy, and then applies stun twice to one enemy, and then AoE stun, and also the deals magic damage. Enemy removes all tortures from all allies. Now those would be susceptible to one of them being changed if none of those are 0 cooldown moves, because I would definitely want a 0 cooldown move, but I would be hoping that at least one of the 4 that I named are a 0 cooldown move, but if not, that's totally fine. One of them is definitely changeable. So yeah, when looking at these other, I said actually he's not the most exciting to me out of the 4. The race monster is definitely the most exciting to me out of the 4. And it's funny that it's immune to stun. But he is exciting to me because I have been getting shit for the past 2 free-to-play passes, and anyone who's free-to-play knows this. And if you're a late-game free-to-play, getting a free-to-play monster, getting the egg of it is one thing, but then when you give me its cells in the monster woods, that is absolutely like pissing on me. That is basically telling me you didn't give me anything in the pass, because if you deleted the pass egg, I still would have got the monster from Monster Woods, and then I'm just hatching an egg for some cells, which is Stardust, which is done in a day and a half tops, free to play in the dungeon. So you literally done nothing. Like you conned us. Whereas if you're giving me a monster like this that's good, I really don't want you to put it in Monster Woods. I'd prefer that you just leave it here as like an egg, so that way I can work hard towards the pass and get me my egg as fast as possible and start hatching it, and then spend my Stardust that I saved up on that egg. That's what I would hope would happen. Every time they put it into Monster Woods, it's like they took, why don't you put something else in the Monster Woods, like the last pass monster. That's way better than putting the current pass monster in the Monster Woods. And I mean, that's not the same if you're a new player. If you're a new player, you're not able to get 100 Stardust a day. So you're basically looking at it as like you're getting 100 Stardust from the Monster Woods, which is profitable. So yes, it's cool and all to have unlimited Monster Woods videos with the egg you getting if you just started playing and you've only been playing for 2 months, but not if you're a late gamer like me. But finally though, guys, a monster that is worth getting, a monster that has me excited. His speed is 5,830. That is not faster than Ignis. But I don't care. He doesn't have to be faster than Ignis to me. I get it. Ignis is immune to control. I get it. Ignis can nerf. But all it takes is this guy going after Ignis and locking down an attacker. Like Vanos. Okay? The thing that you've been having trouble with. Why? Because your attacker, or this guy, your denier, doesn't have to wear strength runes. He can wear just the right number of speed runes to get in there and do the job he needs to do. That's all there is to it. Make your opponent need an answer instead. You have one. If you're free to play, you don't have as many tools to work with as spenders. But you definitely want this one. Take my free-to-play advice and get this monster. I can't remember the last time one was this useful other than Moonhaze. And Moonhaze also still required something else to make it good. This monster is good by itself. When I say Moonhaze needed something else, I mean Moonhaze couldn't get past a Mega Taunt that was everywhere. This monster can get past a Mega Taunt. Okay, this monster demands that your opponent needs an answer. Their answer may be immune to stun. Their answer may be whatever, but just because their monster's immune to stun doesn't mean it's immune to damage plus a torture. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with this monster. So get it, guys. Make sure you get it as high a rank as you can, preferably 3. That's where I think the sweet spot for this monster is. Alright, so now I move my panda because there's 10 cosmic chests in this short path. And there it is. One node from the end, you get 10 cosmic chests. I am definitely going to take 100 epic cells for 25 coins. I do not think that I have enough to rank 1 Rotten, but I do have enough to at least get some cells to make it cheaper for ranking him, since we already have 60 from the hidden path. Alright, so I've ran out of coins. I didn't even get to Rotten yet. But if you're wondering why I'm low on coins, or why I didn't get as far, it's because I had already watched all of the videos before Maze Coins had got released into the Monster Woods. Which doesn't bother me, because for me it's easier to make Stardust than it is to make Amber. Daily anyway. I mean, the Amber does come in PvP chests every once in a while. But I just wanted those cells that were in there. Like, I've been trying to get Moonhaze cells for a minute, so I decided that I was going to get the Moonhaze cells. Rotten is not that attractive to me when they have Kodama, but I will still be getting them when that resets, and I will be saving all of my coins until the 20% discount, which I believe is in the last hour of the maze. And I should still be able to get some cells of Rotten to go with the 60 that I have, and then if I do decide to rank him, I can just use Stardust to make up for the difference. Alright, so also going back to the Aatrox, for those of you who are just starting out and you're having a lot of trouble with the monster, say like Kraken, now you can at least stun him. You can pierce through and stun him. That's just one example. I'm sure that many more will be discovered, and I can't go on to make a video that lasts forever. I just wanted to make sure that it was brought to all of your all's attention that for the first time in a couple of months, the free-to-play pass is actually worth getting and actually has me excited to acquire a new monster in my toolbox. It's going to be useful. I don't have any other Pierce deniers except Wildbird, and he doesn't have deny until he's ranked. So to me, the game just gave me a free wild bird, so anyone who says that a free ranked wild bird wasn't worth it, I wouldn't listen to them. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning into the channel. If you didn't see yesterday's video, go ahead and check it out. It's good tips on how to make some more gold. Later.